So Usawa follows up the Cradle to Grave with a morph, and Kurohawa stays on the looter plan.
Looks like he's got a Cloud Chaser Kestrel.
I mean, how many times can Usawa get hit with that looter before he just loses?
20.
Thanks.
Usawa can catch up in a hurry with his...
Another morph?
No islands yet? No blue stars other than the lens?
Nope. Kurohawa serves with the looter and the Kestrel. He's able to set up his hand with the looter. Been able to make a relevant play every turn.
Trying to decide what to discard here. And you do sculpt your hand pretty perfectly over the opening.
You really do.
Decides to discard Ivory Giant and just hard cast Viscera Deepwalker. One turn away from some corpse action.
Usawa's sort of losing the damage race though, right?
He catches up pretty quickly. I think, what are Usawa's morphs? So he's got the...
Yeah, Usawa does have one copy of Tysus in his hand. Plays a Phyrexian Totem. Plays out yet another morph, so 3 morphs on his side. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana.
He's got a Parasite, he's got an Aquamorph Entity, and he's got a Slipstream Serpent, and he's got 2 Coral Tricksters. So, the last one's probably a Coral Trickster. I think I saw that in his hand.
So it's a best 3 out of 5 match. Usawa's already up 2-1. If he can pull off this game, he is through to the finals.
His second finals in, 4 Pro Tours?
Second of the last 4.
Yeah. Pretty good run. Just going back to Mike Rohn for a second. When was the last time an American was in the semifinals of a limited Pro Tour?
Do you know the answer?
I do.
The last time an American was in the semifinals of a limited Pro Tour. Joe Crosby lost in the quarters, right? In Prague?
Yep.
I don't know.
Your coworker's going to be very angry with you.
Turian?
Yeah.
It hasn't been done since Turian?
Yeah.
That's absurd. That was like 17 years ago.
It's 2003.
There hasn't been an American in the semis of a limited Pro Tour since 2003.
I mean, as long as you're talking about individual events, yeah.
Wow. That's mind-boggling.
Who's the last American to win a Pro Tour? Limited.
That's the last one I can think of is like Mike Postilnik.
Oh, there you go.
It hasn't been done since Mike Postilnik? That's pretty crazy. So Shingo Kurohawa is on the attack here. He's sending in the Deepwalker. Usawa wants to double block it. Oh, and there's the white man line. So
pumps it, puts damage on the stack.
A pair of Coral Tricksters die on Usawa's side of the board, and all he manages to do is bounce that Deepwalker.
Discards another white man lion.
Yeah, Kurohara has managed to set up his hand, has managed to set up his board. He just did a 2-for-0 trade with an attack. He's ahead on the damage race. 18-12. It's not like there's a juicy Tysus target either.
No, there aren't that many. It's really the Watcher Slivers that make the... The Watcher Slivers are probably the juiciest targets.
Makes sense.
Maybe the Synchronous Sliver.
Boy, how far has the state of American Magic fallen?
I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily a matter of falling, or it's just a matter of also the rest of the world catching up.
Oh, I think it's both.
A little of both, yeah. A lot of the rest of the world, just players from all over the world catching up. And,
yeah.
You know, the United States had a few years head start
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's been a long time since you've seen, in any format, an American team put up a dominating top 4 finish.
Right.
You know.
Is it temporal isolation?
Yeah, on the Corpulent Corpse, one of his couple of answers. This looks a lot like it's going to a game 5 here. What do you think?
I don't think the looter had to hit him 20 times before he would die. I believe the correct answer was the smaller number.
10.
Like 3.
There's a Shaper
Parasite. Takes out the Kestrel.
Still no island. He did that off of a lens.
I still might have taken out looter there. Sawa takes 1 down to 11.
Taking a lot of time trying to figure out what to discard here. I think that's the reason a lot of people may have shifted their pick orders.
They didn't want to take the time to figure out what to do with the looter.
I know I don't like
The
having to
Deep
make
Walker's
those
back.
decisions.
Yeah.
I think also it's interesting that people think if a card is sort of downgraded in someone's pick order.
Uh-huh.
It's not like Looter's still not a first pick quality card.
Sure.
You know, a lot of people realized how good Fathom Seer is, and it's moved up, and it's certainly better in a lot of archetypes, and Looter's certainly better in a lot of archetypes. But I mean, you still would first pick one or the other if you're blue, you know, as long as there wasn't an Ephemeron there.
Well, there was Tysus. Usawa used Tysus to take out the Deep Walker, dealing 5 damage, and then cracks for 2 more with the Shaper Parasite. So now it's 11 to 11.
And you got to start to be careful about that Negator Totem.
Hey Bruce, can you turn up Rich's mic?
Sounds like we have another update from Rich Hagan coming up here.
Yeah, Rich has been watching the match between Kenji and Atron. What happened in Game 3 down there, Rich?
Classic game, guys, of first one way, then the other. Basically, Atron, he's the aggressor. He discards a Corpulent Corpse to Green Seeker. Turn 6, you think, what's he getting rid of a good card like that for? Turns out he wants to see 6 mana to go Deadwood Tree Folk, get the corpse back. Kenji trying to stabilize, ends up with a 5 more Carvu in play. Starts stabilizing. Worm Calling appears for Atron. That's not good, but Kenji cannonades a guy, comes back. By now he's got a Dirtwood Baloth on table, and suddenly Kenji's kind of swinging with some pretty big men. He's got the 5 more Carvu, he's got the Dirtwood Baloth. Strangling Soot comes in. Kenji piles in again. Mike's down to 8. Kenji's on 10. Mike goes, I'm kind of thinking Tromp the Domains would be pretty good right now. And sweep up your permanents, Kenji Samura. 2-1 to Atron.
Mike gets the tromp and takes a 2-1 lead. Thanks, Rich. Meanwhile, Kurohara versus Isawa.
So yeah.